what time it was, and I went to bed, like about 10 after 8, and so you know, I, you know, I like fall asleep. I may be asleep for 5 to 10 minutes, and I'd be awake again, checking my phone and to see what time it was, and then I'd go back to sleep, and so you know, finally at 5:25, I decided, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get up now because I had my alarm set for 6 o'clock anyway. So I went to bed at 10 after 8. So I figure by the time I actually went to the CR, got in bed, went to and fell asleep, it would probably be close to 8:30. So I figured 8:30, and I slept until 12:30 because I got up, went to the CR again, and I looked at my microwave clock because it had a digital clock on it. So I slept for 4 hours, and then I got in my chair and went back to sleep, and I slept until I don't know, probably about 4:10 or something like that. So I slept for like another 3.5 hours. So I got like 7.5 hours, and then waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, and then like the last hour before I finally turned the alarm off and just decided, well, I'm gonna get up. So I got about 8 hours sleep. Well, we said goodnight at I don't know what time you went to sleep, because you were still uploading stuff and whatever, and it was 10 after 8 when we said goodnight, and how long after that, that you were still awake, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, because I was watching you when you ate the rolls and stuff, and then after that is when we said goodnight. So it was 10 after 8 when we signed, when we said goodnight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, you're still sleepy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Are you recording right now? Are you recording right now? Okay. I just wanted to, ask, and that way just wanted to ask and stuff. That way, because I was going to get up and move the camera, but I'll wait until till it's closer to time for me to leave. Yeah, it is. I don't see anything. Oh, your other gift got here yesterday. Your other gift got here yesterday. No, it's over there. Oh, it's a gift. It's got, well, put it this way, it's got your name and my name on it, Reynaldo and Robert. hmm I can show it to you, but then you wouldn't be surprised. So you want to see it now, or do you want to be surprised? Okay, it's like, well, it's got your name and my name, and it's got two hands. It's got your name below what would be your hand, and my name below what would be my hand. And I'm holding a ring in my hand, in between my like thumb and finger and stuff. And you have your ring finger, pointed sort of pointed up a little bit. And yep, and it's you know it's the date that's on it is the date we met, but the date that's supposed to be on it is the date that we get engaged. So the date that's on it is not the date that we're getting engaged. Well, hon, I'll just get it and show it to you, okay? Okay. Hold on, I'll go get it. I got it sitting over there close by my safe area. Hang on, phone, it's gonna fall. Stay. Okay. Wait, trying to move without the thing falling over, and it kept wanting to try and fall. Uh, See, it's a nice styrofoam box. just a, it's just a styrofoam box. That's all it is. Now, see the lid opens up, and plastic comes out. It's in a plastic, and see, it's got your name, Ronaldo, Robert, and a heart, and that's me. I'm holding the ring, and that's your ring finger that I'm getting ready to slide it onto. And it says 2/7/2026 on it. Don't worry about how much it costs. Huh? Well, hon, I will take a picture and send you a picture of it. That way you'll get a better look at it and stuff, okay? Okay. Hang on, thing keeps wanting to fall. Every time I move my chair, it wants to fall. Uh, actually, let me. Um, well, um, I'll have to close this because every time I try and take a picture when this is open, it says, please close your camera to take a picture or whatever, or video or whatever. So I'm going to have to close this, but then I will call you back. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. Um, Hi, sweetheart. I'm back. Mm. Yeah. What you the what to have it so it has your whole name on it or my whole name or what? Well, I mean, well the problem is that you're limited on the amount you can put on it. That's why I only put the first and last, first name of each of us because there was limited space, so I couldn't put like, Robert Eugene Marshall and Reynaldo, your other two names. There's you're only allowed so many, letters because of of the space and stuff. I mean, I would love to put our whole names on it, but when I ordered it, it said it says well her name and then I type it out, and as you're typing it out, it starts at so many letters, and then each time you add a letter, it minuses a letter. So when it got done putting in Reynaldo, there was not enough. I think there was only like three, four, five, letters, spaces left for letters. So they limit how much you can write on it and stuff. Well, on the back of it, yeah, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They don't, I don't know if you could do that on the back or not. It just, they just, you know, huh? Yeah, yeah, I'm looking at the back of it. I'm holding the back to it. This is the front. See where our names, so I turn it around and this is the back. So it's clear. You can see through it. So it's not solid where you can't see through it. So you can see the date, you know, because there's the date. See, there's the date on the front where it says 2/7/2026, and then on the back, you know, you can see it, but on the back it's backwards now. It says 6202-070-20. That's the back side of it. So it's clear. You can see through it. So I doubt if they would put our whole names on even the back because they want it. They do it for for the front and stuff. And like I said, it's supposed to be the date is supposed to be like the day that you get engaged. Because that's what it is me putting the ring on your finger. But I wanted to have it to bring with me to give to you. So, it's for our engagement, but it's got the date on it of the day we started talking, February 7th, 2026. I mean, we will know what the date is compared to what the engagement date is. Now, I mean, I could order another one later on after we get engaged and, and then, and then have the date put on it of the actual engagement date. But I just I saw this I saw it advertised and stuff. I said I think I'm gonna buy that. Yep. Well, you're very special to me, sweetheart. You're very very special to me. You're welcome, sweetie. Mm, mm. Well, I love you. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Let me get up here. Uh, I had my phone sitting against the arm of the chair, and I decided to get up, and it decided it wants to move. So I will. Yeah, I'll get up right now and put it in front of the camera. You see it? Backwards? Okay. Pardon? Oh, back of it? Okay. Now, and then, of course, this is the front. So, do what? What'd you say, hon? So yeah, when you look at the back of it, everything is reversed. Move it in and out. Okay. Well, just a second. Let me get up. Let me take my phone over there, so it's hard to hear you from over there to over here. So I will take my phone over here so I can hear what you're saying. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Let me move this. Uh, it almost fell. Let me move this up just a tad bit, and so can you see the date? It's blurred. Okay. You want me to move? Is it forward? Okay. Oh, down. Okay. So are you get it? Are you? So have you got everything? Okay. Let's see now. Now if you recorded it, you can add that to part of the video. I love you, sweetheart. I love you so much forever and ever. And I'll tell you right now, hon, this is probably not going to be the last thing I order. I mean, I saw a couple of other things that I want to order, but you know, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I wish I would have had enough room, but like when you had to type, when I had to type in your name, it starts with blank spaces. I type in the name, and as I would type in a letter, the amount of letters of this, that were allowed each time I typed a letter in, it would be one less, one less, one less, one less, until I finally got your full first name in Reynaldo, and I think there was like three spaces left, so there wouldn't even have been enough for half of your last name. Same thing on mine when I put Robert in, there was only like three spaces left, three maybe four spaces left for on my side. So for yeah, it would have been nice to have had it that way, but unfortunately there wasn't enough room. But for you and I, we know who we are, and that's the most important part is that we know what it is and that we know what the date represents. And even though it's not the date that we actually get engaged, but what I can do is once I'm there and we do get engaged, then because I don't know whether it'll be the day I get there or like the next day or whatever. I don't want to. I'm not going to propose to you right in the airport. Yeah, I could, and then we get a big old we get a big old applause because I've seen people that do stuff like that, and everybody starts clapping, and everybody that sees it and stuff. Yeah, yeah. It well, it's not really glass. Um, yeah, it's like I guess you'd say it's like plexiglass or whatever. But see, you can see how thick it is. So it's not like real thin. It's a good, that's about a half an inch thick. So, and it's got, this is the bottom where it sets, you know, so, that way, it just, it'll set, you know, and stuff. So it'll set, anything flat. So, and what I'll do is when I bring it, that styrofoam case it came in, I'm going to put it back in that so that it's protected, while I'm traveling. Now, of course, now the suitcase, because I showed you the suitcase I got, which is small, you know, that'll just be a carry-on luggage. I won't have any other, suitcases or nothing. I'll just have that one, and I can carry that onto the airplane and put it in the thing up above the seats. And that's where this will be, is inside of the suitcase. And and it won't be taped or any, I'll have a piece of tape around it, and because it came, with the lid tape and stuff, and I just cut one side of it just to open it up and look at it. But I will tape it shut again so that the styrofoam helps protect it while it, in travel and stuff. And of course, I'm sure that when I get there, they'll, I'll have to go through customs, and they'll check my luggage, and everything. And, and I'll open this up so they can, so that they can, you know, see what it is and everything. That it's not, nothing, no contraband or anything like that. So, yeah, they'll say, oh no, that's contraband. I'll say, no, it ain't. It's just plexiglass. It's not, it's not, glass that would cut somebody or whatever. It's plexiglass. And it's for my fiance. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now if it falls, you know, it might, it might. I don't know how if it would break, but if it hits a certain way or whatever, it might put a crack in it or something. If it falls and hits like, you know, like your floor, is solid or whatever, or if it hits somewhere like concrete or something like that, it may not break it, but it probably put like a crack in it. So, so you just have to be very, very careful with it. That when you set it somewhere, that it's not somewhere where it can just, be knocked over or actually, or a mice or rat or whatever can't run behind it and accidentally knock it over or something. And just have to be very careful. Well, and of course, the styrofoam, I'll give you everything, this, the styrofoam, and everything, so you can keep it safe, to protect it and stuff. And that way, it'll be protected, and then you can take it out anytime you want, show it to family, friends, whatever, and you can, if you don't want to display it, you can always just, put it in the styrofoam, to keep it protected. But because that's, because I'll make sure, and it comes in, it comes in it's like bubble, it's like a bubble wrap, but it's, it's very, you can, you can't, I mean, I'm popping it, but it's not even doing anything because the bubbles are so small, but just it goes down inside of it, and tuck the two corners in, and then it just goes in there sort of at an angle, and you just close it up, and then see, I've got it, the tape still on this side, and I cut this side and stuff, so I just put another piece of tape on there. That way it'll hold it shut, and I will be bring it for you. You're so welcome, sweetheart. I love you so, so much, forever and ever and always. And like I said, you got this, I have your engagement ring, and then the other gift that I have in the safe, which I'm not going to tell you about. Now, that's one, that's one gift that'll be a surprise. And I'll tell you this, it's smaller than a bread box. Like, it's like people like, somebody will say, well, guess what I'm thinking of, or guess what I have, or whatever. And they'll say, is it bigger or smaller than a bread box? Oh, it's smaller than a bread box. And then they go from there. Okay, it's smaller than a bread box. You know, then the people would just start guessing. Something that's a little bit smaller than a bread box. No, no, smaller than that. Okay, the next thing, no, smaller than that. People try and guess what the other person's talking about. And because I don't know if you've ever heard of a bread box, but that way back in the day, like probably in the 50s, 60s, or whatever, there was how houses, homes had them everywhere. It was a bread box, and what it was like on the front of it was like a roller like thing, that you could close, had like a little knob on it. You could pull it down and close it, and you would just keep your loaves of bread in it and stuff. And then when you wanted, you just raised it up, and it because it was sort of like curved, and it would, as you rolled the lid up, it would go up and back behind, you know, on the inside, but behind the bread, you could pull your bread out. Then when you were done, you put your bread back in, you close the door back up. It was just called a bread box. Back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s and 70s, you know, everybody had them in their homes. It was, to keep your bread in, to keep it fresh and stuff. So, yep. And like I said, there's definitely one other thing I'm gonna buy, and that I've seen advertised and stuff, like online, you know, um, like I think I've seen it advertised like on TikTok, and that's where I actually ordered this from was through TikTok, from the TikTok shop is where I got it from. So yep, that's all. I think that's where I ordered it from. I think it was TikTok shop. I know your engagement ring and the other gift didn't come off of TikTok. That came from a it was a place out in California. Your engagement ring. It was a place. It was a jeweler that was going out of business. They had been in business for like her and her husband had been in business for like 45 years, and then they were selling. They what they were doing is they were giving all their inventory away that they still had. You just had to pay for the shipping of it and stuff, but you didn't have to pay the actual price for the ring. But you just had to pay. You know that way they didn't have to cover the shipping also. So I paid for the shipping, and your engagement ring came from a family-owned jewelry business out in California. And actually, let me get up, and the the thing that this came in, it's over in my bag of trash over there. That I gotta make sure I send it out tomorrow because Wednesday is trash pickup day here. So, I just set it outside the door, and then the maintenance comes around and, picks up all the trash that people set out. Then they go and throw it in the dumpster. So that's nice about here. We don't, I mean, there's been times that I've taken, oh my gosh, it's 6:35 already. This is about, yeah. I just looked at the clock. It's exactly 6:35. So let me, well, I will, well, I'm gonna, I gotta put the camera in the window real quick. Uh, this is what I want. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to go, hon. I didn't realize it was so close, so close to leaving. I gotta go. I looked up the clock and all of a sudden, wow, it's 6:35. I gotta go. Because I looked and it was 6:20, and then we were just talking. I was showing you this thing and everything, and then I, never paid any attention. So I actually looked up and, pardon? Time is so fast. I know it does. When we're talking and stuff, it just goes way too fast. So I'm gonna get going. So say goodbye for now, and I will see you probably tomorrow morning. I love you very, very much. Very much. Forever and ever and always. I will, hon. I will be very safe. So I gotta get going. So okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, sweetheart. I love you. Whoa, you're falling. I love you. Okay. I miss you too, sweetheart. And you'll be able to see me when I leave. And so, but I gotta go. So I will talk to you later. And so bye bye for now. And be safe in whatever you do. You go out or whatever, be safe. So, okay. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye for now. Okay, I gotta go. Gotta go. I gotta get my billfold. This, this. Gotta go.